Okay, guys, welcome to Herding Little Cows to the Glory of God. My name's Sarah. We have a large family. We have 8 kids at home right now, and we just found out we're pregnant with another one. And we also have 2 kids out of the house. But this video is about my husband, Mark. He sent me in here to do a Father's Day video about my dad because my dad was a great guy. We both loved my dad. He passed away 12 years ago. But I wanted to do a tribute to Mark in this, so he doesn't know I'm doing this. Probably gonna cry. But there are people who look into someone's life and they only see certain aspects of them. And some people only know Mark from certain aspects because Mark has a neurological issue and sometimes he can't handle where we are. So depending on where we know you from or how well we know you, you might not see all the fun stuff that Mark does with his kids all day long. When we're in a place like church can sometimes be super overwhelming to Mark, and Mark is not able to be the fun-loving dad that he is at home because his brain is just like, I'm on meltdown. I need to, close my ears and sit over here. But Mark is a great dad. So I just wanted to share some of the things that I appreciate about Mark. Mark is very committed to teaching the children about God. And this has been from way, way back when we first got married. Mark and I were both baby Christians. Hold on. Okay, had to deal with a kid issue. So when Mark and I first got together, we were both very baby Christians. I had been a Christian for a while, but had not had good, solid teaching, and that's a whole different video. And Mark had just become a Christian, like right before we met. So he had gone to Christian school. He had lived in a home that they went to church every Sunday, but he did not have a personal relationship with God, understand all of it until shortly before we got together. So we were both baby Christians and we were able to grow together in our relationship. So we did Bible studies together when we first got married. We were doing Bible studies together. We were doing Bible classes together and all of that. So right from the beginning, he's been teaching me, washing me with the water of the word, and also teaching the kids. But it has transformed over the years where more and more Bible has come into our daily family culture. And so he may not have, like, some of the stuff we started like as a school thing and now has gone into, like, our Bible time we used to do as like a short school thing, but now has expanded into a long Bible time. That's all family stuff. When he was working nights, I used to pray with the kids before going to bed. It wasn't something I was used to doing growing up. But then when Mark came home and he was helping with putting kids to bed, he started doing that with them. So he definitely wants the kids to know the Bible, and he does his due diligence to teach us what the Bible says about different things. He is a very hands-on dad. So like, we're going to go to the beach today, and as long as he is physically capable, he's going to be out playing with the kids and helping, because I can't get down on a beach. The rocks and stuff are too hard on my legs. So he's a very, very physically active dad when he can be. But also when he can't be, he'll sit and read books with the kids. He'll sit and play games with the kids. And you can tell he truly has a heart for his children. It's not just a show. It's not just what you see here on YouTube. It's throughout the day. He truly has a heart for his children. He wants to see them grow both in the Lord and then also just within their personal, what they are good at, what we feel God's growing them into. And so encouraging their unique talents, encouraging them to be an individual. He definitely wants to teach them how to work hard and how to do hard things, to push through things. And so we're trying to, figure out what that looks like for our family, because we have people with disabilities, but he loves to be with the kids. He loves to spend time with the kids. And he also wants the kids to think outside their home. So thinking about missions, not that any of them are necessarily going to be missionaries, but to know that God's work isn't just here within the home, it's also outside of our home. And how can we be pursuing glorifying God in everything we do, whether that be here in the house or outside. So Mark isn't always able to do all the things that he wants to do because of his disability, but he strives really hard to work through and to be the best dad he can be, even with those challenges. And so some people might just give up and say, no, it's too hard. It's easier to just seclude myself. It's easier to just not put the work in to do Bible. It's easier to not put the work in to do these different things. But Mark really pushes hard. And like I said, you might not see that from the outside, because sometimes when we're out, he just needs to tunnel in and be able to like not fall apart in the situation. He really does love people and having people over, but that can be a struggle because of it. And so it's just a part of Mark that not everybody sees. And I just wanted to encourage him that he's doing a good job, and make sure it's one thing to encourage your spouse in the moment. It's another thing to talk well about your spouse when you have the chance. And some couples are very good at talking poorly, sharing the bad things. Marriage is just not considered sacred in our culture. Even within our Christian culture, there's jokes about marriage that are very inappropriate. There are people who are like, oh, well, it's good you can be married because your marriage is easy. Yes, I have a Christian husband, and that is easier to follow than a man who's not a Christian. But there are struggles, and we can work as a team to get through those struggles. Just struggles in, like, back in February, we had a miscarriage, and that brings its own set of grief to everybody, and then helping the kids get through it and all of that stuff. He holds up for me and is strong for me so that I can cry and do what I need to help everyone else with their emotions. So, yeah, he's very strong in the midst of hardship. When my dad passed away, we got the phone call that the neighbor from here called us because my mom couldn't make the phone call. And Mark didn't cry for multiple weeks because he was trying to stay strong for the rest of us. He was making the phone calls. He was helping with the arrangements. And that's a side people don't see. So very protective of his family. And so I think we need to, as wives, speak good things about our husband, to make sure that, like, there are times to share with a close confidant, a counselor, a friend, this is really hard. I'm struggling with whatever, because we are two sinners married to each other, and there's going to be conflicts and things. So I'm not saying that, like, if you share, you're like an ungodly wife. I'm not saying any of that. But look who you're sharing with. Like, I don't want to share with the world. Sorry, crying. I've got tears running down my face. I don't want to share with the world, the hardship that we had yesterday because I thought something was one place and he thought something was another place. This didn't even happen. I'm making something up. I don't want you guys hearing me complain about my husband. I want you guys to hear me speaking well of him, because there's so many more things he does well. In the moment, whatever that complaint is can seem so huge and hard to get past. But then when you look back at it, you're like, why did I let that get between us? Why did I allow that to hurt our relationship? And so making sure that you speak well of them, but also that you are quick to see your sin in something. Because usually when there's a conflict, there's sin on both parts. You can't just blame your husband for it. But also quick to forgive if forgiveness is needed. And yeah. So I encourage you, if you're a wife and you have the opportunity this Father's Day to speak well of your husband to somebody, maybe you have a YouTube channel and you could do that. Maybe it's just making sure that when you go to church on Sunday, you point out some very good qualities about your husband. Tears running down the face. I know people are going to think I'm wiping snot all over the place, but I've got tears. So just finding ways to talk well of your husband, finding ways to encourage him throughout the day, and making sure that he also knows that you speak well of him. Not like, I don't know, just like we had a couple over the other day, and we were talking just about being married, marriage and that type of thing, and just making sure that he knows that you're wanting to respect him and build him up in front of other people. It's very easy to tear people down. It's very easy to get into gossip. It's very easy to get into the, oh yeah, you're having a hard time, well, listen to my hard time. It doesn't come as naturally, maybe it's just me, but it doesn't come as naturally to build people up as it does to tear them down. We seem to be able to tear down each other quicker. So I hope this is an encouragement. Let me know down below in the comments things that you respect about your husband. And I'm not going to listen to people's sob stories in this. There's another time for counseling, but this is to talk about how great your husband is. We'll see you guys next time on Herding Little Cows to the Glory of God.